shit, are we live? Hell yeah, let's go. Welcome to the BumCast, everyone. I'm your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Bologna and Dougie Freshness. The Southside Bum is not here with us today. So let's just talk about it real quick. Johnny's not here. He saw that Dougie got all his extended PTO, and he started complaining about it, and he said, "What about my vacation time?" So we had to give Johnny all of his PTO, and he's taking the next month off. So he will be back with us end of the year, new year. But he's using all of his vacation time up, and he's gonna take a nice little break. So
he banked it all, and just as soon as the holiday started, he said, "Fuck you guys, I'm out."
Yep. So thank you,
move.
Dougie, for breaking the rules and going over your 2 weeks. So now I have to give everyone more PTO than I actually wanted to.
Hey, union strong, baby, union strong.
Yeah, that's what we got to figure out. We got to be like Portnoy up in here. We got to be union busting. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna get canceled for saying that, but yeah, no. As we got to figure something out, Jason. We need better HR or better something.
Yeah, we need like one of those like HR companies that will manage your HR staffing for you. I forgot what the name is. There's like a company that always advertises like on ESPN 1000 or something. But Dougie, we're gonna revamp the PTO next year because you're already going on vacation again next week, you motherfucker. This is why I have to give people fucking 5 weeks, 6 weeks off a year now. Jesus Christ. So where are you going this time?
So we're gonna go down Thanksgiving Day. We're gonna fly down to Miami, spend a couple days in Miami, and then on Sunday we're gonna jump aboard another cruise, and we're gonna head down to the Bahamas, St. Thomas, Tortola, and the Dominican Republic.
See,
that sounds nice.
This is what happens when you run a relaxed, laissez-faire kind of fucking operation here. Everyone just takes advantage of your shit, man. And then now me and Peter got to do a 2-week, 2-man show next week after the Bears game.
I'm pumped. So we might as well announce that now. Monday Night Football, Bears, Vikings next Monday. So we're recording Tuesday. We're moving the show up or back a day, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, pushing it back a day. So
same bullshit, same old school nonsense, Jason. We're gonna wind the clock back. We used to do a lot of 2-man shows back when no one listened. Now we're gonna try to do that with people listening. So thank you guys. Tune in next week.
So guys, I'll steal the bit from 108. What are you guys drinking tonight?
just stealing bits.
Still stealing bits. I'm not doing any graphic or anything, but what are you guys drinking tonight?
Tonight I am doing Calumet Farm 10-year
Nice.
and Miller Lite, and who knows? I got some other stuff laying around. Might get a little frisky.
You guys know my bit. Yeah, so I got a little bit of this. This is I mean, I showed it once before, but I'll show it again because thank you to Sarah and Jason. Last time you guys were at the Bourbon Trail, you were able to get me this bottle. It says it right here, the BumCast, bottled specifically for us. It's Michter's little higher proof, 109 proof Fort Nelson Reserve. I love this stuff. I love it. Absolutely love it. I think every time we go down to the Bourbon Trail, it's a must grab now. Because after I go through this bottle, that's what I'm saying. After we get through this bottle, I'm gonna need another one. So I've got that, and I've also got. Hold on, breaking news. You guys know my bit. I'm contractually obligated to drink Modelos. I'm out of Modelos, so I'm not gonna show the can. I'll show the koozie for shout out to my guys, Yumper and Svo. I've got a can that you could pop.
Looks like a spotted cow.
It might be, the one that people say Moon Man is better, and I agree with them. Moon Man is better, but I got the cow beer.
I'm actually drinking tonight, guys. I got a beer tonight. Yeah. I got a Hell beer. It's
right.
So it's from the Costco German Advent calendar, and it's Hell Lager beer, and it's Schlossenbüro Hockentaken. Schlucken Lacken Gur.
All right.
Whatever.
Just hearing you pronounce that makes me want a sausage right now.
That's yeah. Chicago Sports Bums, #1 Bayern Munich podcast.
Yeah. But
shout out Jer. Shout out Jer in the comments.
Yes. Thank you for supporting our Ponzi scheme. All the money gets funneled back to me buying my own bourbons. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't. It supports all of our tailgates. So
and I was going to say it supports all of the other bums' vacations. Apparently.
Yeah. Apparently.
Thank you, Jer.
Yeah. Peter, I gotta admit, I was fucking hurting very bad on Sunday from your birthday, like get together Saturday. I was not doing any Hawks drinking rules on Sunday. There was no chance. I woke up and I immediately slammed 2 Bloody Marys, and it did shit for me. I felt like crap the entire day. 2 Bloodies did not help me at all. Everything was physically hurting. I just wanted the greasiest, thickest food I could possibly imagine. I was in a bad shape Sunday all day, but there was a lot of bourbon consumed on your birthday on Saturday. So
yeah. So thank you for you guys, the bums that came out. I give Alexis is in the comments. I give people shit all the time that celebrating birthday months and birthday weeks and things like that. But you get older, you have kids. Sometimes you have to rearrange schedules and you have to postpone things. So Julie was nice enough to plan a birthday for me. My birthday's November 1st. We went out to dinner as a group November 18th. So that's on me. I'm having a birthday month apparently.
But
it was
also that was kind of,
we had a lot of fun.
Also, that was kind of like our fault as well, because when we already told Julie that we couldn't make that first weekend after your birthday because we had to go to Dallas for the wedding. So we originally were going to try to plan it but Julie said she wanted us there. So this was the only weekend that we could have done it. And it was with other people who also agreed that the 18th was better than the 11th. So
yeah. So we have a very close personal friend. Shout out Amy. She turned 40 the week before. So we went out to dinner with her and Rick. Rick was at our thing on Saturday. So it's just a lot of rearranging. When you get older, you get busy, you know. Halloween was there. You have a bunch of Halloween parties, a bunch of different things. So yeah, we celebrated a couple weeks after the fact, but it was a nice time. And I wasn't gonna air out our dirty laundry, but you already admitted it, Jason. You were pretty angry drunk at the end of the the night. I didn't know. We're not gonna argue about what was being argued because we don't want to rehash it. But that came out of nowhere. I'm like, holy shit, Jason's pretty angry.
I don't know. I mean, I think probably throwing the beer in between all the bourbon was not good. It was not. I you know what? And apologize on my behalf for my angry drunkenness. That usually I'm a happy drunk, but
you are, yeah, cuddly drunk.
Usually I'm a happy drunk, but yeah, that was not a good time on Saturday. And let me just say that I paid for it all for the entire day of Sunday. Yeah, it was not good. The insides were very angry at me, and yeah.
Joey P said he feared for his life. The nicest guy, the nicest guy on White Sox Twitter.
But yeah, it was good. We went to Johnny's show on Friday. So shout out to everyone who came by. I think it was Joey P and Chirizi stopped by.
Cornsey.
Yeah, Corinzi. See, I'm already fucking drunk. You know what? I went to fucking Cooper's Hawk earlier today too. So not only am I drinking beer, but I was drinking wine at like 4 p.m. today. So, and then we made dinner. I popped another bottle of wine. So I'm following up this beer after a bunch of wine. So
okay.
This might go off. This show might go off the rails pretty quickly. So
I dig it.
All right, Dougie, how was your weekend? Anything else besides Peter's birthday? I know you were with us.
Yeah. I mean, well, so it's funny you say that. I think we were all pretty much hurting because that was like the quietest and most like literalist interaction that me and Joey P have had at a Hawks game yet so far. I think both of us were just hanging, and we're both just kind of like, yeah, did you see that? Yep, I saw that. Yep, did you see that? Yep, I saw that. You know, usually we're like back and forth. We're buying each other drinks, and we're like going back and forth. Nope. We each had like a beer or two apiece, and it was just kind of like, let's just pump the brakes for today. So yeah, definitely was a great time out, but definitely felt it the next day.
Yeah. All right, so Thanksgiving this week, we're not going to really talk about things. We've already done our stuff. If you want to go back and listen to past shows, we've ranked our Thanksgiving dishes before. We've done all of that Thanksgiving shenanigans stuff. And Dougie, I'm sure, as a food guy, you have your thoughts, but we already did all that stuff. So if people want to hear our Thanksgiving thoughts, you can go back to like 2 years ago and listen and pull up those podcasts. Boost us some old school numbies on that stuff when we had hardly anyone listening. But let's start off with a little. You guys like cocks, right?
Depends who you're asking and depends why you're asking.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went to, as you guys remember, I went to the Bourbon Trail in September, and I like to, do the rate my cocks, but Dougie, you were on your extended 3-week vacation, so I wanted to wait for you to come back, and then we had other stuff to talk about. So we're finally getting into 2 months later. We're going to be rating my cock, and this is the Bourbon Trail edition. So you guys remember the rules. It's full chub, half chub, no chub for what this is going to do. So I got 7 cocks. I'm going to show you guys. Some people might say that's a gangbang or some bukkake, but I got 7 nice ones here. And we're going to start with, these first 2 are from the Fort Nelson Distillery.
All right.
So this one right here is called the Fort Nelson Crusta. It's Michter's bourbon, straight bourbon, yellow Carachus, lemon, demerara, honey, and Creole bitters.
Sounds great. I think immediately the presentation, I wish he was in a different glass. You guys know my reservations on, I don't want to call it the ladies' glass. Just anything with a stem feels weird to me. I would like them in either a rocks glass or a pint glass, but that's a me problem, not a them problem. So I'm going 3/4 chubs, 75% chub.
I'm gonna go half chub. Only did you say yellow carrot juice?
No, Carachus, like green Carachus.
Chartreuse.
The green chartreuse. I can never say that.
I heard carrot juice. I was like,
sorry, Dougie, that's the wine talking right now mixed with the beers.
No,
there might be some slushing and slurring.
I could also be wrong. I think chartreuse is a color.
Yeah, there's green and yellow chartreuse. It's like a high proof liqueur.
Okay. Well, then that changes. I'm gonna go full chub then.
All right.
Full chub.
I like it. Okay, so we got the full chub and 3/4 chub. Yeah.
I would like to remind Sarah that English is my second language.
And also, it's my first, but except when I've been drinking a lot, then I can't say shit. Even when I'm sober, I still can't pronounce shit. So, I get tongue tied. See, I did it again. Tongue tied.
You got the Harry Carey thing going.
I do.
Hey.
All right. Next cock on the agenda. All right. This bad boy is called the Pretty Impossible. It's Michter's straight rye with Campari, orange, lemon, grenadine, and basil.
Full chub.
I'm
a big basil in the drink guy. So full chub.
I'm gonna go half chub. I am a kid at heart, so anything with grenadine in it, like kitty cocktails or anything like that, I still fuck with. So I like it. The basil I could go do without. I know they got like the little garnish there. I mean, that looks like one of those plants from Jurassic Park. I don't like, that's just a big ass leaf. I could do without that. So yeah, it sounds fine. What did I say? Half chub? Half chub.
Half chub? Yeah. Okay. We got a half chub and full. This drink was amazing. I actually took a selfie with it. It was that good.
Oh shit.
Yeah. All right. Next drink we got here. We are now at Heaven Hill Distillery.
Okay. I like that these are all at distilleries because it really
So
my judgment goes like this.
In case you're wondering why I'm doing, more cocktails instead of like bourbon pours, it's because sometimes I don't want to pay $40-$50 for a pour. And when you're down going to multiple distilleries for a few days, you got to, save your bullets. So sometimes, $14-$15 drink is a lot better than a $45 half ounce and a half pour.
Can I tell you something true or something else? Like for someone like you, Jason, who most likely has better stuff in their closet than at these distilleries, it almost better for you to have the cocktails or anything else, because why would you pay, $40 for a pour that you have at home? Sometimes when I go out, I like to go out and try different bourbons. That's the reason we went to the Twisted Spoke. They have a really good whiskey list, and I was able to try some things that even you don't have, or like that we can't find regularly. But a lot of these times, I love all these distilleries. Their standard offerings is things we've had already. So it's almost beneficial to you to try these drinks instead of their regular bourbons.
I agree. That's a very distinct point, Peter. I appreciate that. All right. So this is called Mimi's Pearls. Not to be confused with a pearl necklace. It's a rosé sour. So it's Larceny bourbon, rosé simple syrup, lemon juice, and egg white.
Damn.
I'm gonna go half chub.
Okay.
Just because, in my opinion, the regular Larceny bourbon is just kind of, it's all right. It doesn't really do much for me. Once they get into the barrel proof stuff, that's when they hit their bread and butter. So based on that, it's just gonna get a half chub.
Yeah, and I'm going no chub, only because we've talked about it in the past. I'm not an egg white guy in my drinks. You did at Maria's last Saturday, Jason. You did like one of those like trendy ass like fatbacks or whatever. What was it?
Fat washed.
Yeah, the fat wash drinks. It smelled like fucking farm, dude. I hated it.
Dude, I had my fucking breath smelled like fucking burnt sesame seeds for at least 12 hours. I could not brush my teeth enough.
Yeah.
Taste like out of my mouth.
Like you're the cocktail guy, you're the trendy guy. I don't do the egg whites, and I definitely were not going to do that anymore. I tried a little bit of yours, and it was bad.
Yeah, I've if I would have known that, I was just like fucking just like a walk talking to people, just smelling like sesame seed all day, I would have never ordered that drink.
Walking around smelling like a roasted Big Mac.
Dude, it was bad, man. It was so bad. I could fucking taste it in my mouth. Like you could just taste the sesame, like the scent like of it. Just
you were like a 5-day-old McRib just laying out in the sun.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All right, next one. This one was called the Orchid Fire. It's a smoked peach cocktail. Elijah Craig bourbon whiskey, smoked chili bitters, peach syrup, lemon juice, and peach smokewood. So they did a little smoker thing on top of that. So the smoke got evaporated at the time, but that was a smoked drink.
I liked all the ingredients. Full chub. I'm a huge Elijah Craig fan, but everything else in that drink sounded awesome. The smoking thing sometimes seems very gimmicky to me, depending on where you go. Sometimes it adds a little bit of like whatever mesquite flavor or just whatever wood they're using. But a lot of the times it's just for show. Like it's just for you to get the box with the smoke, and it really doesn't do anything for me. But the ingredients sounded awesome, so I'm full chub for that.
Yeah, I'm like beyond full chub. I'm like, like you should call your doctor because it's been too long. Chub.
4 hours, you 4 hours. You got to go to the doctor.
Oh yeah, yep, exactly. Either that or open a museum and sell tickets. I don't know, but Pete, the combination of peach and smoke. Oh my god, I did a like peach cobbler pie on the smoker. Holy shit. And that's all I'm thinking about right now is like a dessert in a glass right there.
That sounds awesome.
All right, next up.
So how was it?
Oh, this was fucking phenomenal. It wasn't my drink. It was Sarah's, but I took a couple sips of hers and I was like, fuck, I want to order that.
Hell yeah.
All right. So now we're moving on to Jim Beam Distillery.
Okay.
This one doesn't look like much, but it had the best name for a drink I've seen so far. And it was called the Rye So Serious.
I like it. I'm a comic book guy. I appreciate that.
And being the nerd that I did, I actually ordered it in the Joker voice of the bartender, and she was staring at me like, "What the fuck are you talking about, dude?"
Oh,
I was like, "Come on, Joker! Like, Rye So." Nope.
Yeah.
Not having it. This was Knob Creek Rye, peach liqueur, orange juice, and fall spice syrup. So these were their fall cocks.
Hell yeah. Again, dude, out of all these times you've done these segments, I think this is my favorite one so far. Obviously, I'm a bourbon guy, so it's like right up my wheelhouse. But all of these have been fantastic. Full chub once again.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. I think that is the big difference between, like the normal Rate My Cock and this bourbon trail Rate My Cock is the meat and potatoes of this thing we all love. So
the Italian one was obviously super fancy, but like not relatable to us. This one is relatable.
Yeah. I just still love the name. I hope that I wasn't the only person who went to the bar and ordered it in the Joker voice.
So Sarah's in the comments. She says, I usually order better. Is that because like Sarah knows what she likes and knows what works, and you're more of like the try anything person?
I am, yeah. She goes with her tried and trues. But she did do a dealer's choice on the next one. So this was her drink that she did. And I asked what the dealer's choice was, and it was called Nana's Bananas. It's Basil Hayden toast, sherry, banana, cinnamon syrup, and nut bitters.
That's no chub for me. That's
I mean, the nut bitters sounds terrible to tell you the truth, but that's not even the worst part of it. I don't like to judge. We always say to people, and I've talked about it on the bourbon buns thing. Basil Hayden serves a purpose, like it's like introductory bourbon. It's a good starter bourbon for people just getting into bourbon because it's 80 proof. It's super watered down. There's like no flavor to it. It's quote unquote smooth, even though smooth is a subjective thing. But it's just not for me anymore. You talked about the barrel proofs and the higher proof stuff. That's more my wheelhouse, especially when I'm mixing drinks. If I'm adding ice and I'm adding flavors that usually aren't with the cocktails, I need a super high proof whiskey so I could still taste my whiskey. I imagine this is super watered down, so no chub.
Yeah, I'm no chub as well. Yeah, it's just the ingredients in the Basil Hayden. It's it was probably a dealer's choice. Let's get this shit out of our bar.
Yep. Yep. All right, we got one more cock to show. This was from the Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Okay, a place we love.
Yep, you know me. I'm a big stand for Bardstown Bourbon. This was the Bourbon Bouquet. It's their origin bourbon. Atelicus, Italian Rosalio liqueur, whatever that is, hibiscus syrup, and lemon juice.
Okay.
Elictus, I don't know. Italicus. However the fuck you say that. Rosalio liqueur. So some fancy fucking Italian liqueur with some hibiscus syrup, some lemon juice, and a nice little burnt lemon wedge there.
So I'm gonna go half chub just because of the hibiscus. The couple of times that I've had hibiscus in drinks, it seems like a very finicky thing. Like you could overpower it way too much or underpower it and you don't even taste it. So I usually tend to stay away from things that have hibiscus in it. So I'm going to go half chub on that.
So that's where I don't know if you noticed, I went, because same. I just don't fuck with hibiscus. And especially like in like, in Mexico, it's used a lot. like in drinks and in juices and different things, hibiscus is predominantly used in like Latin America, and I never fucked with it. That and tamarind or tamarindo.
Yeah.
I just can't. I've never gotten my palate to appreciate those things. So hibiscus to me just tastes like potpourri or like like plants or dirt and stuff.
Yeah,
so no thank you.
Grandma's house.
I will say that drink was very good. I think the whatever that Italian liqueur was really helped mask the flavor of the hibiscus, and it was actually a really good drink. So those are all of the cocks I had in
those
Kentucky.
are good. I think
like I said, I did do some like normal bourbon pours at some places when we did some tastings, and but if we weren't doing a tasting, we were hanging out or whatever, I did some drinks. So
all right, so we got SPF in the comments that Blues cheering on bastard, but he's got a good point. So Dougie, you're the beer guy. Gun to head, you can only drink one. Are you going Anahero or Gumball Head?
Oh man, back in the day, I was a big Gumball Head guy. I would chase that shit around because it would be so limited in the stores and everything like that. But as my palate has refined, Anti-Hero, definitely.
That's interesting. So same. Yeah. So, I mean, I would love to go with the Chicago brand and go Revolution, but for a while, Jason, you and I were huge on Three Floyds. We would drive over, pick up some stuff. We were big Gumball Heads. So yeah, I think I would go Gumball Head still.
Did you guys ever get a chance to get the beef jerky from Three Floyds?
Yes, we ate there and we had it as like starters. That stuff was unreal.
Holy shit.
Their kitchen was awesome back in the day. I haven't been back in a while, and I know it closed like due to COVID. Yeah. I don't know if it's reopened since then, but we used to love driving over there. I was a sucker for the Arctic Panzerwolf.
I fucking love Arctic Panzerwolf, dude.
So we would drive and get the big boy bombers.
Yeah, the
come
bombers,
back home. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's get to some nonsense here. More nonsense here before we talk some Bears. I got a question from the deck, guys. I know, Dougie, you're gonna have a question of the week. We're gonna do that later in the show, but let's keep with the nonsense segment here. And I'm just gonna pull one from ones that we have pre-screened. And I got a question for you guys. Would you rather? Oh, this goes to Peter. You have some hot takes on this one. Leave a date with a hot chick for 10 minutes to take a shit, hold it in, or hope for the best.
I've told this story. I don't know if we want to rehash the full. I don't even know what podcast it was on, but it was one of our most embarrassing stories. Julie knows it. It was like one of the very first times I was able to sleep over at Julie's house, way back when. I got the bubble guts real bad, and I had to make up a lie and play it off as. So what I did was, at that time I had a Nokia phone. I set my alarm for 5 minutes. And I put my ringtone to it. So it was like I got a phone call instead of like an alarm. So I pretended to answer. There was no one on the other line. And I pretended my sister got locked out of her car because I had the extra set of keys. And this was like late night. Like, it was after we had gone out. And I was like, I got to go. I got to go help my sister. I drove all the way home, went to the bathroom, and then came back home, pretended like nothing ever happened. And
you showered.
And I showered because you got to shower. And 13 years later, 2 kids were still happily married. So that lie paid off dividends. So my answer would be leave and take a shit.
Yeah, dude, that is like, I credit you, man. Set an alarm for 5 minutes. A lot could happen in 5 minutes.
It was bad, dude. The bubble guts were terrible.
Yeah, a move could have been made like in between you two, and then it's like, what the fuck you do then? Yeah, that's rough. But yeah, I would totally leave because you guys all know my Jeff Dunham story where
the white shorts,
fart with substance, and yeah, no, never again.
You never hold it in and hope for the best because
if stuff
starts happening, let's just say you don't want her face down there. and something happens.
Yeah, no. One tickle or one bite or one anything, and it's game over.
And then that's it. You're never getting your balls tickled again.
Exactly. So I played it off like at that time Julie was living with their roommate, one of her best friends. And I know for a fact if I blow up that toilet, even if Julie doesn't find out, I'm getting ratted out by her roommate. So that was out of the question too. I was like, there's no way I'm going here. So I'm like, I gotta get out of here.
Dude, that's funny.
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to where I've never had to like shit really bad in a date, but there's been times where I've had some big fucking like just gassy farts, like the painful ones that you hold in, and you're just like, I gotta get somewhere alone. I gotta let this fucking thing out. So you try to like, I got a phone call, or I forgot this in my car, and you just stand by your car and you're like, let's go.
Dude, it's funny you say that. I fell into a huge like internet rabbit hole of like first dates or like people that weren't comfortable enough to fart in front of each other. And now with Ring doorbells, people go outside, to go fart. And dude, it's just like a whole like thing of like people going outside and fucking letting one rip. And then it's awesome because it's all on the Ring doorbell now.
Yeah, you always got to make sure, like, you got to turn around. Wait, do they have a ring? Do they have any security cameras with sound? Like, how far away do I need to go? I need to go like 30, 50 feet down the block, go back to your car or something, like pretend you're looking for something in your glove compartment,
Yeah.
First question you got to ask, what's your range on that ring? What you got to set at?
Times are tough nowadays because we've been researching not only the doorbell cameras, but now like the spotlights and like motion sensors also. So like you could be with like 100-foot radius from your house and you're going to still catch that. You got to go far.
That's what sucks about technology, man. Now you can't even go fucking fart in peace. You can't even hide a fart anymore.
No, you need a fucking. What they got to develop is they got to. It's 2023, like some sort of like lead underwear or something where it's obviously not lead, but like it silences like a silencer and and scent. It's got to do both, a muffler, if you will, a catalytic converter for your ass.
They actually have military grade underwear that are like supposed to be made. They're supposed to like be worn for like X amount of days in a row. And there's actually something in the underwear that prevents smell from coming out of them. I'm not joking.
For like special forces, like SEAL team and shit.
Yeah.
If we ever needed a sponsor, we got to contact those motherfuckers. We'll put them through the battle test. Just give us one whiskey at Comiskey with one post-game White Castles afterwards, and we'll see if those things are for real or not.
I mean, Dougie, you just blew my mind with this because I never thought about that. Like, your SEAL team, you're sneaking into a fucking compound or something. Stealth is the ultimate thing, and then like, oh man, that fucking beef I had for lunch probably wasn't sitting right. And then next thing you know, like the enemy startles you, and you're like, and then you blew your position away, and then mission compromised. Everything goes to shit. So military grade underwear, silencers, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, you guys all saw my tweet on Saturday late night or whatever. Mary texts me because I'm in the kitchen. She goes, I think I just heard gunshots. I was like, nah, sorry, that was me. I farted. Like no, the neighborhood's not changing. It's just fucking me getting rid of some stout excrement,
Yeah, you were pounding those left-hand milk stouts.
Yeah, dude, they were going down smooth.
Thank God you're not lactose intolerant, dude.
No, yeah, well, maybe I am.
Yeah.
Gunshots.
Shit.
Shit.
All right. Before we talk sports, I'm going to pay some bills here. We don't have any bills. I'm just saying that.
No, we have.
Are you tired of getting the same old bourbon sitting on the shelf? Looking for something to impress your bourbon friends with? Then head over to Green Valley Wine and Spirits in Bolingbrook and grab one of our single barrel Bourbon Bum store picks. We've got a 9-year Knob Creek bourbon, an 8-year Knob Creek rye whiskey, and our ever popular Nulu Toasted Wheated. That's right, toasted wheated. So head out to Green Valley Wine and Spirits or message one of the bums. But hurry, because once these bottles go, they're gone forever. Become a Bourbon Bum today. I got music in there now.
Yeah. We're step by step. I liked it last week when you played it. You added music this week. Next week we expand it to 16 by 9.
We'll do full. We're working on. We're working on ads. You know,
so you can't.
We don't have any sponsors, so we're no sponsors, so we're making up our own ads now. So go buy some bourbon.
Well, realistically, we don't have sponsors, quote unquote, but we have partners with CD Wine and Liquors. So as much as we're not like sponsored the podcast, they're helping us out. We're helping them out. So yeah, go grab a bottle. Holidays are coming. Somebody in your family drinks whiskey.
Yeah, I just gave my bottle, my buddy Teddy, all 3 of the bottles for a baby shower gift, because you know what? Baby showers are all about the women. I wanted to make sure that he was recognized as well. So he's got some nice stuff to sip on. Let's go.
Okay, so we saw this. We're part of a Facebook group of bourbon aficionados that I didn't know Teddy was a part of. I know Teddy through you. But then when he posted that picture, immediately I was like, holy shit, this must have been Dougie, because he posted the picture in the Facebook group and it was 3 of our picks plus a stag bottle. Did you also get him the stag bottle for his baby shower?
No, that was our good buddy Leon.
Okay.
I don't know if I ever told you the story. The guy that rented a whole island in the Bahamas for his 50th. I don't know if I ever told you guys that story.
I think you might have told us on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That was him. And I couldn't. It's not this year's stag, because I was trying to look it up, but I couldn't figure out which year it was.
The only reason I'm asking is because peek beyond the curtain. I've been talking about getting a vasectomy for a long time, and Julie will kill me if we have another child. Literally kill me if we have another child. But if I knew, BTAC was on the table, I might consider it. I've been looking for that stag bottle for like 5 years, and I don't even come close to being able to grab one. So if I know baby showers come with some, Pappy Van Winkle or George C. Stag, think about it.
Risking 18 years on that. I love it.
That's funny. All right, let's we got some Bears we're going to talk about now, and we'll get some a little White Sox talk later. Bears with another epic meltdown yesterday. They blew 14-point lead with or 13-point lead with 4 minutes left. That's the second time they've blown a historic. That was like another historical collapse for the Bears. Another one was back in when they blew the 21-point lead against the Broncos. The Bears for that game was like, it was so fun to watch. They dominated almost every aspect of that game. They won the turnover battle, 4 turnovers, time of possession, getting first downs. For one point, they didn't even have like a third down. That first drive of the game, boom, 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 boom. Like, who are these people? Who is Luke Getsy? Holy shit, it's Bears porn. Justin Fields making moves, DJ Moore catching. Holy fuck. And then every first half, 2 minutes. And then they get conservative in the last 4 minutes. Run up the middle. Tyler Scott can't fucking track a ball. It's like just Getsy getting in his own fucking way again, and Eberflus as well. Like, I don't get why they can't finish games. Like, it's coffees for closers, man. Fucking put that fucking coffee down. I want your guys' thoughts on this, because like I thoroughly enjoyed what I was watching, and I thought they were actually going to win probability on that towards the end of the game, and then typical Bears fashion, they blew it. And I put up that tweet with the Matrix, like, that's the sound of inevitability. Like, as soon as they got the ball back in that last, you knew it was happening. You like deep down in your core, even if you wanted to deny it, you knew it was fucking happening. And then David Montgomery, of all people, fucking sticks a knife in your back, man. But they didn't fire Getsy, they didn't fire Eberflus, and more fucking shit. So
yeah, the Bears Lions game, although it was probably the funnest game to watch of the year because the vibes were high. And I'm going to talk about it a little later in the show, but I was at the CHGO watch party at Uncle Bud's with Matt Zawoski and 75 other Zawoskis, and it was a fun-ass time. High fives all around. You know, they go up 7-0, like Jason mentioned, like everything. The vibes were there. And I thought, oh, man, Justin Fields is back. Maybe, you know, something changes. Nothing changes because we all got that feeling. I turned to Zoe and we all felt it. You could see in the fourth quarter when it was like crunch time, everyone's shoulders kind of sunk a little bit. Everyone's heads got down. It was like you mentioned, inevitability. And it's a microcosm of the Matt Eberflus era. You know, good, maybe like some at parts, but it's so disjointed. The offense was good at times, great. The defense was causing turnovers, great. But you just can't put a full game together. They just figure out ways to lose. And good teams close the door. You know, you talk about the Scott catch or the lack of catch. A good team closes that door. That Justin Fields throw should have been caught. But I don't know why he hesitated. I turned to Zoe and I said, like, he just didn't track the ball. Like, you could see it. He looked once, didn't see it, looked again, and slowed down, which leads me to believe, like, he just saw it late and couldn't track it properly. If you just run through that catch, that game's over. But it's not just that. The offense played well enough to win, but the defense caused the takeaways. They got 3 points total off those takeaways. Yeah. So it's like you have to take advantage when the other team is turning the ball over. And so that was killer. And the defense did play better, but Jalen Johnson had 2 picks go through his hands. Like they just went straight through his hands. And one of them, which could have been a pick six one way, the next play they score. So that's a 14-point swing. We're like... That's backbreaking. Those are crippling plays. So as much as I want to be like, yeah, I had fun. I watched that game at a bar and it felt, I hadn't felt that way in close to a year. We had a couple of those games last season, you know, with Justin Fields playing well and we thought like things are going our way, but it's been few and far between. So I was happy for 56 minutes of that game, but in the last 4 minutes, it was like, fuck, we knew it was going to happen, and it happened. So, yeah, I titled this podcast, Leave Matt Eberflus in Detroit. We knew that wasn't going to happen. We know that the Bears don't fire people midseason. We know that they have no one to replace them, because what are you going to replace them with? A defensive coordinator that just started because he hasn't been here because the other defensive coordinator got fired? Right. Or Luke Getsy, who's just as bad as Matt Eberflus. So it's like, we want him fired. Hopefully he's fired at the end of the season, but they can't do it now. So we're just, Brian S. is in the comments. It's called tanking. It's a historical way to tank. I'll give you that much. But like, yeah, it just sucked all around. It sucked.
Yeah. Man, like that was the first time this year that like you had good vibes. Everything was feeling great. But then, yeah, it started reminding me of like last year when like things were feeling good and, you know, all of a sudden, next thing you know, things start compounding against you and stuff starts falling apart. And, you know, NFL script writers couldn't have wrote a better script with Dave Montgomery putting the final, you know, nail in the coffin there. And I'm sure that felt great for him, but didn't feel good for us, you know. At this point, you gotta embrace the tank and just keep going with it. And I mean, that was honestly, in my opinion, that was the hardest that I've seen these guys work all season long. I mean, these guys were hustling. They're like, you know, finishing blocks, and you know, the O-line looked decent, you know, and I was just, I don't know. And then it was just like, hey, let's all shit the bed at the same time.
So I want to say is like, yeah, as much as we want to say fire Getsy, fire Eberflus, which I 100% do. I'm not changing my opinion. There was a lot of fucking like bonehead mistakes that the players made in that game. We talked about the Scott tracking, fucking missed tackles. The Jalen Johnson should have been should have. That's like, you got people in wrong positions. They got the secondary in the wrong positions. Like there was a lot of fucking defensive and like the offensive too, but like just mental mistakes. And then now is that just the players aren't grasping, or is it the coaching? I don't know if it's chicken or egg shit, because we can say, well, it's a coaching issue, but are they coaching it and the guys aren't getting it? I don't know. I'm not in those meetings. I'm not in the practices, but something's got to give him one of these things, because like you make these, you dominate, and then you make these mental mistakes. And I don't know if it's just because they're getting too, well, like, okay, we got this, and they're getting too relaxed with shit, but they got to do better in being aggressive and closing out. Like get that, like fucking Kobe Bryant, like the fucking, Mamba mentality of, just putting the dagger in. Everybody knew that, like when the Bears had that ball with the 4 minutes left, the second to last possession, when they ran it, they knew it was coming. You couldn't even like get creative with the run if you wanted to run and keep the clock running. You could have done a play action. You could have done a bootleg. You could have done anything. And now you're in fucking, you run it for no gain. You run it for 1 or 2 yards, and then you're fucking 3rd and long, and then you get the Scott shit. And it's like, don't fucking just, you want to run the clock out, but you don't want to do it in a fucking idiotic way. You want to be smart. You still want to be aggressive in attack. And I don't think that Eberflus understands that, because like you listen to his press conferences that he did today, and I listened to his media one, and then I heard him on Waddle and Sylvie as well. Every fucking week, I like what we did, but it's all about accountability and and coaching, and we're gonna write and tighten this up, and we're gonna get it right. But yeah, it's all about he talks so much about fucking accountability, and then it's like, well, what are you accountable for, coach? Well, I gotta do this better, and I gotta do it. But well, it's fucking nothing but word salads with him, and I cannot like listen to him talk anymore, because like it's worse than Nagy, it's worse than Tressman, but like he just talks about this, and then you ask him, well, so what would you do different? Well, I like what we did there, and it was the right, but the guys were just, they need to do better next time and stuff. And it's like, my God, dude, like I wish someone would just smack him upside the head and say, dude, just answer the fucking question. Answer the fucking question. Just be a man and be like, you know what? I fucked up. That was the wrong play call. I should have been more aggressive next time. I shouldn't have called a run up the middle. And yeah, the guys that, Scott doesn't know how to track a catch, we're going to fucking teach him or how to do that. And if he doesn't, then he's not going to play. You got to fucking be assertive with these guys. If you just say like, oh, well, that was good, we'll get you next time, they're not going to fucking learn anything. So I don't know if you guys caught any of his press conferences, but it seems like every week he says that we have to be more accountable, and yet he's never holding himself accountable.
Yeah, I mean, it is like we talked about it with Nagy, how he, for the longest time, like kind of put the blame on other people and not himself. He's doing the same thing. Like it's all word salad, but Zoe's in the comments. So I got 3 comments I want to address. So Zoe's in the comments saying, as soon as they started running up the middle and scared, the entire bar knew that they were going to lose. I said that we all felt it, like the shoulders got low and the head got 50. They took 15 seconds off the clock in an entire 4-down set. That cannot happen. So as much as people want to say in the long run, it comes down to the players got to play. The coaches got to call fucking better plays, because you can't be in a winning situation and take 15 seconds off the clock. Julie, for the life of me, like I'm a big time, like, QB, like Sunday morning quarterback or Monday morning quarterback, and I sit on the couch and I complain about like coaches not taking timeouts and clock management and stuff like that. But that's shit I'm like legitimately interested in. And the fact of the matter is that, like, so now Fitz is in the comments saying like run, punt, that 4th and inches ago. Both Luke Getsy and Matt Eberflus played pussy ass football at the end of the game, and there's no other way to put it. They played scared.
I'm sorry, I forgot to put it up. That was my banner. Eberflus is a pussy.
They play scared, and this is an ongoing thing. It happened with the Denver Broncos game too. Is like you start getting conservative, trying to win the game, instead of just putting the fucking nail in the coffin and winning the game. And that's a thing that's not going to change, you know? So we could say, like, yeah, the players got to play better and they got to make plays, but these motherfuckers have to put them in a position to win, and I don't think they can. Because you mentioned Mark Trestman and Matt Nagy. Matt Eberflus is 0-9 against the division. That's enough to get fired. You're 0-9 in your record against the division. You have to win division games. And you're 0-16 against teams with a winning record. What does that tell me? That everyone else knows that you fucking suck and figure out ways to beat you instead of the other way around. Me and Zoe were talking about how they have a history of not being able to adjust in the third quarter. This third quarter was shockingly better than most. They put up points in the third quarter, but then they still found ways to lose. So how much is it like, oh yeah, we're building and we're getting better? You've had enough rope, man. They've had enough rope. You figure out what you are, and they're bums. There's no other way to put it. Luke Getsy and Matt Eberflus are losers. And there's no way that this team should go forward with them after this season.
Yeah. No, they get stuck in that mentality of trying not to lose instead of trying to win, which sucks. I mean, and if you want to talk about a coach that has like a good grasp on things, start listening to the Blackhawks and start listening to Luke Richardson, because his like post game, he doesn't hold nothing back, man. He'll tell you flat out, and he'll take accountability on himself and everything and tell you, hey, that's on me this time. You know, we got to get better, but it starts with me, you know, and that's what a coach should do. But, you know, I don't know. Bears are going to be the same Bears, you know. For the game that Wright had, he had such a phenomenal game. It was so good. And then he has the mental error at the end of the game and kicks the ball into the back of the end zone. And you're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, sure, you know, if they scoop it up, they score a touchdown. But, dude, just fall on it. If you fall on it, there's more chances. There's more chances. But you kicking out an end zone, now we got to punt it back to them. Like, you got to have that in your head, you know? Like, have all these.
That was a rookie mistake. That was a rookie mistake. That's a rookie mistake right there.
Definitely.
You fumble, you fall on it, you don't kick it out of the end zone, you know.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're trying to march on the field for a field goal.
Right. And it sucks because he had such a great game. I don't know if you guys noticed him. He was having such a phenomenal game, and then now that's just going to overshadow it, you know. But he'll learn.
And I don't just want to put the blame on Eberflus and Getsy, because as much as I think Justin Fields put them in a position to win, and the throw and everything else, that fumble at the end of the game is costly. You know, like it just like it hurts because, like I mentioned, the vibes were so high. You just got to be, like you mentioned, the cold-blooded killer. Find a way to put the nail in the coffin. And as much as I thought he did enough to win, that fumble was terrible. And it goes to the same thing where all these meathead Tyson Bagent fans are like, whoa, at least he has an internal clock that, you know,
we threw more than 10 yards.
I know. I don't even want to address the Tyson Bagent thing, because there's still people yesterday and today in the morning saying like there's no difference between the two. And that's just laughable at this point.
DJ Moore caught a fucking 40-yard touchdown pass. Like, thank you.
Right. Oh my God, that was
So my last Bears thing is because now I'm flip-flopping like a motherfucker, and I'll put my hand up. I can't figure it out, because now Caleb Williams maybe doesn't look like the person we thought he was at the beginning of the season, and I am afraid of drafting him another North Carolina quarterback, even though that should have no bearing on what goes forward. But I believe in not, you know, like I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious.
But you are.
So maybe don't draft a North Carolina quarterback. And obviously Marvin Harrison Jr. is awesome. And Justin Fields maybe can still be the guy. So now I'm back on Justin Fields comes back next year, which I don't think I'm in the belief of maybe you win with Fields. So now I'm saying don't draft a quarterback. And I don't know where you guys are at right now, because I'm flipping. Next week, my opinion might change, and I'll let you guys know. But right now, I'm like, okay, we could win with Fields.
I mean, I can almost guarantee that Marvin Harrison Jr. would track that football throwing better.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. My main focus is Harrison Jr. right now.
Yeah. There's a couple points I want to talk about before we wrap up the Bears talk here. Is I think when he was talking about accountability and everything, I think one of the most egregious things, and I don't know if you guys saw this stat, that Montez Sweat played fucking 39 snaps yesterday. It was 62% of the snaps he played for that game. Why are you not playing him at an 80, 90% clip? He's your best fucking player. You need him to get fucking pressure on Goff, and he's only in for 39 fucking snaps. Like that right there should be grounds alone to be like, Eberflus doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's accountable for that shit. He wants to say, well, it's just no more rotation. He's not that fucking old. He's 27 years old, 28 years old. He can play like Hutchinson's playing fucking, fucking 90. I think he played 92% of the snaps yesterday. And you're telling me that our guy who you just signed to a fucking massive deal can't play more than 80% of snaps? You got to rotate him out. He's not a rotational player. He's an every fucking down player. You don't have a bunch of guys who can rush the quarterback. It's not like you have a fucking stacked line that if he comes out, well, you're still going to get pressure. No, he's the only one who's giving you pressure. So don't put him in for fucking 39 snaps. Like, that is so fucking mind-numbing. Like, damn, dude, you're so fucking dumb. It's unbelievable that anyone who's got a fucking Twitter account can tell you that this shit makes more sense than what you're fucking coaching.
I'm glad you mentioned that, Jason, because I had something similar. It wasn't Montez Sweat. While I do agree with you that he should be playing more, and he's a fucking pro's pro, so he can play more if you ask him to. Tyreek Stevenson had an awesome game. He had an interception and a forced fumble on special teams where, I don't know, maybe bodies are low. I don't know why he's playing special teams. He's a rookie. I get it. But he was off the end of the game. He was spelling time. So in the last two drives the Lions had, he was also not in it. Like he played, I think, 50% of the snaps the last two Lions drives. Tyreek Stevenson has been awesome. Like, we talked about it earlier the year where he was learning and he was in the right places at the right times, but not making either the tackle or the interception that needed to be. But you could see that he's learning and he's putting himself in the positions where he needed to be. He played awesome yesterday. Like I said, interception, forced fumble, making tackles. He's a player. I like Tyreek Stevenson. Why he's not in the end of the game where you need some of those cold-blooded guys to make a play is beyond me. And that falls right on to Matt Eberflus because he's calling the defense. He's the quote-unquote defensive guru. And to have your best players off the field, explain that to me.
I can't. Yeah. I can't fucking explain it. It's fucking stupid. But no, go ahead, Dougie.
No. It's frustration. It's nothing to say.
So, Peter, you pull up the only thing that I think that came out was of good that was from last week is that the Giants won. So go fucking Giants. I thought
DeVito.
Arizona was going to.
What's that gabagool's
Tommy
name?
DeVito. Tommy DeVito.
Shout out
New
Tommy
York
DeVito.
Giant quarterback Tommy DeVito. Oh,
gabagool.
Yeah, good job, DeVito. Sucks that Arizona couldn't pull off that win. They played tough against the Texans. I thought they were going to pull it off. But we all said Kyler Murray's back. He'll probably beat up a couple low teams on there. So it's going to be New England. That New England Giants game is going to be good. I'll be rooting hard for New England in that game.
Yeah, next week. Last week we said we might need the Giants to win, but the win this week.
Yeah. Now we need New England to win that game.
But it's all kind of falling our direction where I love it. Yeah, like obviously this loss hurt, and you never want to lose against a division opponent. But like Brian has mentioned, we're in tank mode, so maybe in the long run, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the Packers. Packers pull out a win, and look at where they're at. They just fucked up their shit. Now they're sitting in the 9 spot. If we're gonna lose and we're gonna blow this whole season, just blow it all the way up.
Top 5 picks, man. Get defensive end and Marvin Harrison Jr. and I'll be happy.
Yeah. So one last question. Like, I was on record saying like it doesn't matter. Like now, number one should be Marvin Harrison Jr. Right in my mind is like you want that weapon. He is proven time and time again. He is as good as they come. After that, are you just looking for either a big fat guy defensively or a big fat guy offensively? Because
we get defensive line, man. You fucked up on not getting Jalen Carter. Darnell Wright looks like a fucking dude. You can sign other dudes. We got the cap space. Sign some other dudes. You fucked up on not taking Jalen Carter. Okay, fine. I get it. But you can't do that again. Okay, you signed Sweat for the big money contract. You don't want to give 2 big money contracts to your defensive line. You got to draft a good fucking defensive lineman because if you are going to pay Justin Fields, you can't pay 2 top defensive ends plus a quarterback plus, DJ Moore's contract. And then are you going to cut Mooney, you not resign him? You got the Jalen. Are you going to resign Jalen Johnson?
Franchise.
So they got a lot of cap decisions to make, but I think that you definitely go with that stud rookie contract for defensive end, and then you deal with his contract in 4 years.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just my nipples are getting hard thinking about Marvin Harrison Jr. and Moore
there
on
you
the
go,
same
baby.
side.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, could you imagine both of those guys on the same side and you don't know which guy's going to blow the gates out of it, and go? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
That would be football porn right there. All right, let's talk a little Sox real quick. The Sox didn't quiet the free agency. I shouldn't say free agency, but there's stuff signing. But there was a trade. And I want Chris Getz. He traded Aaron Bummer for 5 people. Peter got and these are a bunch of guys who trade with the Braves. Left-hander Aaron Bummer, who's under control for the next 3 seasons. They get Mike Soroka, Jared Schuster, Brandon Shoemake, Nicky Lopez, Naperville's own Nicky Lopez, and Riley Gowens, whatever. So my question to you is, and it's guys, I've never seen a reliever get a 5-for-1. Maybe if you guys have, let me know. I've never seen a 5-for-1 reliever, especially for someone quality of Aaron Bummer. So I want to know the question to you guys. Is Chris Getz the smartest GM ever, or did the Braves just recognize that we have the next Mariano Rivera and they traded a lot of capital to get him?
Well, here's the thing. I really do think Bummer is going to have a very bounce back season with the Braves. The Braves have a very good defensive team. It'll play
and they signed Lopez.
It'll play. Yeah, they did. They signed Draylo, but Bummer, it'll play their strengths, So I do think he'll be very good for that team. He was very not good for us, but we didn't have the infield that would be able to help him. The 5-for-1 thing, the thing I'm excited about is that's what you need to do when your team and your farm system is dog shit. You just need dudes. You need dudes in every situation. You need dudes to fill out the AAA roster. You need guys to fill out the main roster. You just need dudes. And if 1, 2, maybe 3 of these guys hits, I'm cool with it. So that's what as much as we were pissed off about the Getz signing and the nepotism, and he didn't prove himself and he wasn't qualified, and it's just one of Jerry's boys, I'm okay with this because what else are you going to get? Bummer was not going to help you. Bummer was not going to be on this team.
Liability,
I know
man.
he was. I know the 3 years of control was awesome, and the Braves get that. Yeah. But in the long run, it's better for us to just stock the farm system and the major league roster with just guys.
Yeah. I mean, that was the thing. Before this trade, they were really short on the 40-man roster. So, it was like a nice little plump up or whatever. But my question for you guys is, with Raylo signing with the Braves, how soon are they going to sign Lucas Giolito? Because,
they're bringing Cats and Giolito with them, man. Get rid of Cats, and then let him go to the Braves, have Giolito, go with them, and then the saga can continue of the tripod over there.
I'm interested to see what the Braves do with both Raylo and Bummer. I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on Atlanta because it's interesting. Because I do think they announced it today that they're gonna try to stretch him out and they're gonna stretch them out more in spring training to possibly start some games. It'll be interesting.
So I will say though, there's the rumors of teams calling for Dylan Cease. Chris Getz made the comment over the weekend that no player is untouchable, that we're listening to everyone. So apparently the retooling is going to a full rebuild now. So that our window that never even opened was shut pretty quickly. Must have been a draft coming in or something, because they shut that window pretty quickly. But it sounds like everyone's going to be listened to offers and potentially traded. So next podcast, when me and Peter do this, we might have, Dylan Cease. We might be like doing a funeral, a eulogy for the stash, or maybe we're doing a eulogy for Eloy's hamstring, because he might get traded or something, But this retool, was going to be a retool, now looks like a full rebuild now, and I hope you guys are ready for another couple years of bad baseball, because that's where we're heading.
I'd much rather just deal with a rebuild than the quote unquote retool, because you're not fooling anyone. Yep. The retools aren't going to work.
The Kenny Williams retools.
The retools might work if you're the Dodgers or the Astros or these teams that are set to win. The Phillies, the Rangers. Those are retools. You need to strip it from the studs up. So as much as you can name it whatever you name it, I think it's much more entertaining to, like, if you win 60 games, okay, cool. At least there's some young guys we could watch play and kind of keep track of. Like, if you win 80, well, actually, I'd take 82 wins. But if you win like 70 wins, like, it doesn't matter. Like, if you suck, you suck. I'd much rather deal with, like, improving the farm system and improving, the infrastructure, so that maybe in 4 or 5 years you're able to contend. And I'm saying maybe lightly because I don't believe in it, but I'd rather rebuild than retool.
No, I mean, you guys are both wrestling guys. You guys should realize by now, Vince McMahon with his belts, he doesn't like them being called straps. I'm thinking Jerry does not want to hear anything about a rebuild anymore, so that is in his banned list of things you can't say in the media anymore. And now it's on to the retool. Retool is the new rebuild. Boom. There it is.
Yeah.
Because the retool,
the retool is going to get the fans back in the stadium. Like, good job, Brooks. Oh. You're still a cocksucker.
Yeah.
What are you going to say, Peter?
I was going to say the Chirizi thing where he said that maybe they're just signing all local guys so that their family members buy season tickets. That was funny, but I almost believe it. You might as well just sign a bunch of Naperville Downers, bunch of dudes from there, so that, like, you fill your stadium with their family members, because the loyal fans are leaving.
Yeah.
Yep. In droves. All right. That wraps up the sports talk. Dougie, you have a question for us, so hit us with your Powerball question.
Yes. All right. So this is the question. Let's just say you guys hit the Powerball, Mega Millions, you win a massive amount of money. Do you feel that you have enough self-control to take the lump sum? Or do you think that you would have to take the payments because you would just blow it like nobody's business and you want to ensure that your family's set for a while? And second part of that question is, what's the first thing you buy with the fuck you money?
Okay, so my first instinct would be, like, responsibly would be take the payments. However, the way I drink, I might not be around to take all those payments, so I might take the lump sum. And then the first thing I'm buying is I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm just going to buy a nice big house. Even though we got a nice house here, I'm buying a bigger house and a lot of bourbon.
Oh yeah,
that just sounds like nothing's changing for you. Lump sum, because inflation. Lump sum's the move. Lump sum is the move, regardless. So I'm taking the lump sum. You pay off the mortgage. Buy your parents or siblings something nice, and then for us in general, Julie's been talking about a pool. I don't know if I'm a pool guy. I don't know about that. But you know what I've
You
always
could hire
wanted?
a pool boy.
Yeah.
What? No. Have you? I've seen enough of those movies. We're not hiring no pool boys. I'll learn how to clean the pool. Thank you. No. I've always wanted like an old school like a flatbed pickup truck, like a 1960s Ford F100, even before it was the F150s or something like that.
Okay.
Just like a old school car or truck that I could drive on Sundays to the baseball game. No, actually, I'm not bringing it to the lobby. Who am I kidding? But just drive on the weekends and stuff like that. But yeah, also all of the bourbon.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Dougie? What are you buying?
So I am doing the payments, just because I don't know. I'm just an asshole when it comes to like, yeah, I'll buy this, I'll buy that. You want that? You want this? And like, I feel like I would get taken advantage of, and then I would end up broke real fast. So I would take the payments just to make sure my family's set for a while. And oddly enough, as much as I love to cook, I would hire a full-time professional chef.
Oh,
Oh, I like that. I like
hanging
that
up your spatula there, huh?
You know what? With the caveat that I could help him cook or her cook whenever I felt, But
You should hire
I would love
Giada.
to.
I think you should hire Giada.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. I don't know. That's one thing that I've always dreamt of. I was like, man, if I get enough money, hiring like a full-time private chef would be killer.
Well, this checks out because you've always said that, cooking is your stress relief. If you're a millionaire, you ain't got no stress. So you don't have to cook anymore. So that checks out.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, guys, we'll post that question tomorrow on the interwebs. So we'll see what you guys would do if take the lump sum and what would you buy. That's a good engagement question. Other than that, time to wrap up the show. Peter, you ready to bump some people?
Let's do it.
Film me. I'm Instagram famous, you fucking bum.
I think he's a bum. I think he's an absolute bum.
You're a real crumb bum.
Because you're training like a damn bum, you know that? Bum. A bum.
Bomb. All right, let's start off always with our listener, What a Bum and MVBs. We got a couple from our Bumbassador, Jeff Bartlett. Bum, Walmart credit debit card machines for forcing me to use my credit card 2 days in a row. Don't they know credit cards can get you in trouble? Fix your damn machines.
I love Jeff Bartlett. I didn't get this one. I don't understand it. I mean, yeah. I mean,
Jeff,
if
what are you
there's
talking
ever a
about,
time to, we could bum Walmart every week, though. Walmart is like a freaking Brookfield Zoo, so I agree with that part of it.
Yeah, don't know what that means. All right, next
I didn't.
What else we got?
We got more Jeff.
Second bum, George McCaskey for not changing his grandfather's old, outdated policies. That's one reason why this franchise will not win anything relevant anytime soon. Yes, 100%.
That's a good call. That's the evergreen tweet. We could bum of the week, the McCaskies, every week until from now until
his mommy won't let him do anything without permission.
Yeah.
MVB, Martellus Bennett for calling out Bears ownership for trying to recreate the past for the future. Yeah, and I forgot to bring this up during our Bears points. Lance Briggs was fucking simping for Eberflus today, basically saying that, well, you shouldn't really, in TLDR, you shouldn't really fire him because then you have to bring in someone with a new scheme and different and all that, and they got to learn all new stuff when you're trying to open your window and win. And I'm just like, fuck you. I'd rather have someone learn. If something's shit, don't keep running something that's shit. Learn something that's better. You always try to continuous improvement, right? So bring in someone better and don't just stick with the fucking, I don't know what Lance Briggs was, if he's getting paid on the table from Eberflus or something, or he's
company man. Yeah,
what the fuck is up with that? But if you guys get a chance, go back and listen to his comments on Cap and J Hood this morning. I'm out on Lance Briggs' hot takes on the Bears. So
yeah, the Martellus Bennett stuff was awesome. It was like a 4-tweet thread. And it was succinct. I have it up here, but it's like super slow. So just look it up. But yeah, he went hard on how the McCaskies are basically living in the past, and it's something we talk about. Like, everyone wants to rehash the 85 Bears and the defense wins championships, but they got to move forward. You know, you gotta find out ways to win in 2023 and not 1985. So look up the Martellus Bennett stuff. It was awesome.
The Martellus Bennett stuff. It was the CM Punk meme. Stop me when I'm telling lies.
Yeah.
Okay, our good friend Rob Schwartz Jr., the friend of the Bums. He's been in the podcast a few times. Bum is Aiden Hutchinson for not getting that defensive touchdown for my fantasy team. If the Bears are going to lose, at least give me those points. God damn it! No, you know what? I'm gonna have to bum him for that because we don't need any more reasons for fucking Bob Pants to come back at us and say, "Ha ha ha! You guys fucking suck."
Timeout. I'm glad we mentioned it because I had it in my notes and I did not talk about it during Bears versus Lions. The worst part of that loss is us having to deal with friend of the program and recurring guest Bob Pantalone. I have him right here. That motherfucker just doesn't shut up about us losing bets. If you guys remember, we lost the Kiss bet where me and Johnny dressed up like Kiss because the Tigers had a better record than the White Sox last year. And apparently he said that we agreed to do another bet this year, but I don't remember that. So we're going to have to look back on the last podcast that he was on. Jason, he's adamant that because we said that the Bears were going to have more wins than the Lions. I don't remember saying that at all. It might have been another White Sox bet. I don't remember, but he's telling us to pay up, and I don't remember, and I don't know what we need to pay up.
Yeah, I don't remember either. We have to go back and listen to that. All right, next. Drew Bogues, MVB's Johnny for painting and all of the peeps who went to see it. Sorry, Johnny, it is a bit of a drive for me, but looks awesome. Number 2, us. So thankful for friendships. Yay, friendship is the best ship. Last week at my new job, holiday break as well. Congrats on the new job, Drew. Hope it works out.
Oh yeah,
good news.
All right,
forget the little people.
Missy Bum, Alexis Lopez for 6 Vegas bombs and this hang. Okay, I replied to this tweet. I almost have to co-bum Missy on this because you can say no because you don't want to be an enabler for her. And Alexis said she didn't order them. Doesn't matter. Because she was probably, behind the curtain pulling the strings. Take Vegas bombs. So there's a lot of shady, but there's a lot of shady shenanigans going on that Sunday fun day. And if you didn't want those 6 Vegas bombs, just order a Malort instead.
6 Vegas bombs seems like a lot, but we've been bomb people in the past. Jaeger bombs, Vegas bombs. Our friend Manny and Joey P, they were big on Vegas bombs back in the day. I haven't had one in a long ass time, and I've never had one with Alexis. So maybe we have to change that, but probably not because I don't want to be 6 bombs deep.
The only thing I can think about is like after doing 6 Vegas bombs, and you're right, Peter. We used to do like bombs and Vegas bombs at the bars and the clubs and everything. Like we've done them before. I don't hate Vegas bombs. I actually like Vegas bombs. I think it's a superior of the bombs.
Yeah,
I would between a Jaeger bomb and an bomb and a cherry bomb and a Vegas bomb. I'm taking the Vegas bomb 10 times out of 10.
Time out. Car bomb will always be 1-1.
Okay, sorry. Yes, but that doesn't have Red Bull in it. I'm talking about the Red Bull bombs. Well,
okay.
But I will say, if I ever back in my day did 6 Vegas bombs, I am not sleeping till like 10 o'clock the next morning. I'm just gonna be fucking wired as shit from all the Red Bulls. So like, yeah, I hope all those people who were out and did the 6 Vegas bombs that they actually were able to fall asleep. But I would have known that I would have fucking at some point woke up wired as shit and not been able to fall asleep.
I mean, I would have had a heart attack to tell you the truth. Like 6 is a lot.
Yeah, but you want to get your blood pressure checked after that.
It's over this span of 8 hours, so I mean that makes a difference.
Yeah, just take a couple downers to help you fall asleep.
Yeah.
All right, Brian S. of the Get In Drafty Pod Network. Bum of the week. Anyone that drafts gum. It seems like it's a shot at you, Peter.
That was directed at me, and I don't care because he's a loser and he's never won his own draft. I drafted gum because I drafted Charms Blow Pop, the superior lollipop, and I won the candy draft. I knew. Shout out Roxy for going to the Bears or the Bulls game and having me substitute because I knew for a fact I was going to win that. I could have won that with my eyes closed. No offense to Marge or Brian S. Like I was going to win that regardless. So he's salty that I drafted Charms Blow Pop and still won. So yeah, sucker.
Yeah, good job. Both bum.
And then another one. The Penguins are coming at my ass, man.
Oh, Bologna as my bum for not going to see Taylor Ayers' movie with me. Can you explain?
Yeah, he invited me. He wanted to go see the Taylor movie Sunday night before it leaves theaters. And I went out with, I talked about going out with Matt Zawadzki. And eventually I got to see my kids sometime. So I told him in the text, I was like, I got to be home. So he bummed me for not going to the movie. I would have loved to go see the Eras tour with him. And hand up, as much as a Taylor Swift fan as I keep saying that I am, I've yet to see the Eras tour in theaters. So I've only got like a week left or a week and a half left. I gotta do it, and I might take Dougie with me.
All right, what else we got? Spags. Bum is the Bears coaching staff, and MVB is Chris Getz for getting something out of that bum that should have been let go. Couldn't have said it better. We talked about it on the show.
Succinct and to the point.
Mailman Jack, what a bum. Whoever chooses to click on the Christmas music station in a work or group setting, please enjoy at your heart's content at home or in your car. It's too early for that noise. And the MVP is Joey P for his appreciation of the breakfast sub at Tony's. Good quality stuff from Mailman Jack. No Christmas music till after Thanksgiving. That's the rules.
I agree. I agree. Yeah. We're gonna start decorating probably this week or next week.
We're doing next week. We're doing this weekend.
But the music stays until after we have turkey.
Yeah.
But I added the breakfast sub into this picture because Joey P and Mailman Jack have been talking about it since I've known both of them, and I've never made my way to Tony's. That thing looks fantastic, and I don't care if I eat that in the morning or eat that at night. That I need to have that. I need to make my way to Tony's because that sandwich looks glorious.
All right, what else?
That's it. That was a Mailman Jack. Mailman Jack always is the bookend to our bums and
yes, that's right. You said that last week. All right. So, Dougie, you want to start us off today?
Yeah. So I've got two MVBs and I have one bum. Quick MVB is my dad, who my dad realized that I was hurting yesterday morning, so he rolled up in my house for the Bears game with 5 pounds of carnitas. So he got me right, got me feeling good, and big MVB on his part.
Hell yeah.
My second MVB is my buddies over at Phase 3, who dubbed a beer after me, and I had to go there Saturday night before I went out with you guys on Saturday night. So I had to make the trek all the way up to Lake Zurich, where their main brewery is at. But they did a barrel-aged stout with pistachio and marshmallows, which they aged for 2 years in whiskey casks for me. So it was amazing. What an honor. Thank you.
Let's get that sponsorship going, Dougie. Get that spot.
Yeah.
One, yes. Shout out Phase 3. We love you. They love Dougie even more. We need to make our way out there. How long is this available for? Is it until it runs out, or can we make our way up to Lake Zurich?
No, it sold out the night on Saturday. It sold out.
Holy shit! So you got like a limited edition. You know, now I got FOMO for not having the Dougie beer.
Yeah.
Was it called Teach Me How to Dougie?
No, it's actually it got added to the what could be categories, and so it could actually end up being one of the more exclusive member bottles. So if it gets a good enough rating,
see, I'm already giving them marketing ideas. A beer after you, Teach Me How to Dougie. It sells itself.
Yeah, there it is.
I like that. I like that a lot. Mailman Jack just got in the comments. We talked about your breakfast sandwich for about 5 minutes. I love it.
But I'll help him out. Welcome everyone. It's the BumCast. I am your host, HBIC, the head bum in charge, along with Bologna and Dougie Freshness. Johnny is on PTO for the rest of the year.
Goddamn Matt Eberflus. Let me tell you how much I hate him. We're not
All
gonna
right.
do it.
All right. So I have one bum of the week, and the one bum of the week is where we went, the Twisted Spoke. And I will say, before I bum them, they were amazing. They did a really good job taking care of us. Drinks were never waiting, everything like that. What I'm bumming them for is their appetizer, which is lemon pepper wings, sakinaki style. So they come straight to the table, light them on fire. Wings are on fire as they set them on the table, and then you just got to wait for them to cool. So initially, it was basically for the table. Mary didn't like them, so me and Jason put a hurting on them, and they were very good until about 4 o'clock in the morning when I started burping them up with the most rancid acid reflux that I've had probably in my life. And yeah, Twisted Spoke, you are my bum of the week. Don't give me acid reflux. Not on the weekend.
Spin Zone, Dougie. I love you.
Yeah.
Those wings, I didn't try them, but
Yeah.
people, not only you guys, but people around us kept ordering them. So they would come flaming. They smelled fantastic.
Oh, they were so
maybe not bum of the week, the wings. Bum of the week, your pussy ass body for not being able to handle the wings.
I actually contacted every single person that got them in the bar that night. They also had acid reflux. I don't know about Jason or not.
I had two, and I didn't get it. I just fucking sucked yesterday or Sunday for.
You know what? Probably it was.
Well, you Nexium like you mainline Nexium like you know, like if it's like Alexis's
head suspensors.
See,
yeah, I was
you know
gonna
what?
say like Alexis's bombs.
Now I've got the full spin on this because that was the anger that was coming out of Jason. It was just the acid coming out at the end of the night. It wasn't Jason being drunk and angry. It was the acid coming out like of his body. It needed to leave.
Literally spitting fire.
Spitting fire.
Toasted sesame fire. All right. I'll go next here. My bum of the week is Aaron Rodgers' Achilles for blowing out and subjecting us to watching all these fucking Jets primetime games. And now we have the first Black Friday game and we have to fucking watch the Jets again with dumb fuck no name third string quarterback, whoever it is. And Trevor
benched the Gilf god, right?
Yeah.
The Gilf
like,
hunter.
His fucking Achilles like ruined like every primetime game for me because they wanted all these Aaron Rodgers primetime matchups. No, first off, no one wants to see fucking Aaron Rodgers anymore. So I don't know why that was a thing to begin with, but now we're stuck with just another dog shit fucking primetime game because Aaron Rodgers' Achilles fucking sucks. And then my MVP is fan of the bums, Jeremy J. Holman 29. He was kind enough to give me his ESPN Plus login info so I could watch the Blackhawks game last week. So shout out to him because I hate that the game was on ESPN Plus. It's fucking stupid to begin with. Connor Bedard is a national treasure and should be on every fucking national televised game ever. Like it should never be on basic cable or even a streaming service to begin with. But I appreciate that. Jeremy, thank you so much for letting me, use your login credentials to watch that game. And I did some shots with it. So
I can't believe you're bogarting our listeners and our, like our friends on the internet's login information.
I did not ask for it. I was DM'd and offered it. And I was saying I was reluctant at first, but he insisted that, I watch it and use it and watch it. So
sorry, doesn't ESPN Plus come with like Hulu and Disney Plus all bundled together?
Yeah, but we canceled the bundle because they started jacking the prices up now. So it's like more expensive than Netflix now for the bundle all three. So we just dropped it down to Disney Plus.
That's crazy. I mean, I guess good.
I'm paying fucking.
Shout out Jeremy. I might bum you now.
But it's like $21 now for fucking Netflix starting next month, and $21 for fucking Disney Plus, and another $15 a month for Prime, and then now you got Amazon or Apple Music or Apple Plus going up in price. Like all these fucking streaming services are going to be costing more than fucking cable bills now. So we gotta start cutting back on some of this shit. And Hulu I only watch for the Bear anyways. and ESPN Plus sucks anyway. So why even keep it?
All right.
So that's my two.
Shout out our Twitter followers. Everyone send Jason your login information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Peter, take us home.
All right. So we talked about it to start the show. You guys just talked about it. I am bumming myself for being that guy that's celebrating his birthday, 18 days after the fact. I'm having a birthday month and I'm enjoying every minute of it. But you guys came out, so thank you guys, and thank you to Julie for setting it up. It was a nice time. Yeah. It was a nice ass dinner.
Thank you, Julie.
The Twisted Spoke, even though if you're gonna bum them, I'm gonna MVP them because they were on point with the drinks. They hooked it up with bourbon. Jason, they gave you a free pour of bourbon. Like, they were accommodating throughout the night. So shout out Twisted Spoke. That's my first MVP. Julie and all of you guys as well. Secondly, we've been doing the Blackhawks drinking game. We're trying to get that rolling, and it's been fun. The next one is on Wednesday. They're going to be playing on Wednesday. We're going to be back at it. Andy Shy Sox and Aaron 630 Whiskey, they got involved last night. They were pounding the tequilas with us. They were posting their videos, and it's fun because that's what we're, trying to do and kind of build the Blackhawks game drinking party, if you will. So MVP to Andy and Aaron. That was cool to see because we need more of that, and we're excited about it.
Yeah.
My second MVP, it's Uncle Bud's. It's the CHGO crew, but more importantly, Matt Zawoski and all 75 of the Zawoski cousins and brothers and aunts and everyone else that was there. Because we were thinking about going as the group to the CHGO watch party, and like obviously people are hungover. It's a Sunday, people are busy. I text Zoe right away. I'm like, hey man, is it cool if I still swing by? And he's like, hell yeah, come through. There's plenty of room, this and that. And I was basically, he said in the comments, I was basically a Zawoski for a day, and it was fun as hell. It was a good ass time. So shout out to Zoe, shout out to all of his family, his brother, his dad in particular, and the CHGO crew. We've been to a CHGO White Sox watch party. We've obviously been in studios with them, but they've always been cool to us. So I met Greg Braggs, talked to him for a while, and obviously that game sucked at the end, but in the long run, it was a really good Sunday. So shout out to everyone at Uncle Bud's, and check them out too, because that's a local spot in the southwest suburbs. Really good. So that's my MVP.
All right. Since you were talking Hawks, I'm going to announce it. I'm just going to announce it right now. Guys, we'll do the formal announcement, but since you guys are watching, you stayed up late with us, we're going to announce it. January 27th, Country Club in Wrigleyville, 9 p.m., where the Bums are doing a watch party. It's Hawks versus the Flames. They're on the road in Calgary, but we are going to be taking over Country Club, the whole second floor of Country Club in Wrigleyville. We are going to be taking it over, and when the Hawks score is going to be tequila. There's going to be Malort. There's going to be the shot ski. So we're going to do all of our Hawks traditions. Hopefully we don't need a starter jacket, but
I'm bringing it anyway, though.
You're bringing it anyways, but save the date, January 27th, Country Club in Wrigleyville. We are doing our first ever Hawks watch party, and we can't fucking wait to party with all you guys in the city. So get ready for it. More details to come.
I'm glad you wanted to pull the trigger and announce it, because it's been, we just started this. We've been doing the Blackhawks drinking game since 2010. But the fact that now we have the podcast and we're sharing it with people, and people are getting into it both on Instagram and Twitter, it's going to be cool to finally do one, in person with everyone. Because like you said, that we have the tradition and we have, the jacket and the shot ski and everything else. And it's just a good reason to, get out. The great thing is, Jason, you planned it out. The 9:00 on a Saturday start time is awesome. Because you get all your stuff, you could get done with all of your things, all your family commitments, and still have time to make it out to Country Club.
Yep, we're gonna be going all night for that on that place, man. We might shut that bitch down, and we might drink them out of beer. Who knows? But we hope there's gonna be a couple Bedard scores. There'll be some Malort flow, and we hope there's gonna be a lot of tequila. But yeah, guys, save the dates. It's gonna be a good time. Like I said, more details to come. But January 27th, 9 p.m. Can't wait to see you all, guys. See everyone there. With that, Dougie, enjoy your vacation and happy Thanksgiving to the bums. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone that was listening to us today. And make sure you have a safe weekend. Don't do anything stupid. Don't drink too much. I'll drink too much anyways, regardless. Enjoy your Black Friday. And me and Peter, don't forget, we're back next Tuesday because the Bears are on Monday. So special Tuesday edition of the BumCast. We'll catch you guys next week. Have a great fucking holiday, everyone. See ya.
Good job, Jason. Oh, yeah.